dream I know, deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
Hello reality viewers, welcome back again to Reality Latest Gist, the home of news and politics. For this channel, we dey drop news every day and we dey react to every videos wey comes our way. And na reality news now we dey drop for this channel, and we dey also dey talk am as e be. If today na the first time we say you dey come across this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning subscribers, I appreciate all of una for una massive support to this channel. I say may God bless all of una in Jesus name. Amen. I get video where I want present to una this very moment, and I go to follow una, they watch the video. After we don't watch them together, make we drop our opinion constructively for the comment section. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. Bye for now.
And the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 Nigerian election has filed a response eventually to the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, insisting on the earlier judgment that ordered the release of his opponent Bola Tinubu's academic records at Chicago State University. Now Atiku is asking the court to order the release of the records before October 3, 2023 in order to allow him use the documents at the Supreme Court in Nigeria on October 5. Now in a 17-page reply to Tinubu's objections, Atiku's counsel gave reasons why Judge Nancy Maldonado should discountenance and overrule Tinubu's objections and order CSU to release a requested document to Atiku. Atiku seeks to have Tinubu's objections completely dismissed by the court if the objections are overruled. He also seeks that the court should uphold Magistrate Jeffrey T. Gilbert's order. It should also instruct CSU to produce a required document by October 2, 2023. Additionally, the court should schedule the deposition not later than October 3, 2023 to allow time for transcript finalization. Furthermore, the court should mandate that the discovery obtained is sent to Nigeria by October 4, 2023, considering the time zone difference. Finally, the evidence should be filed with the Supreme Court no later than October 5, 2023. The document sought by Atiku through his counsel Angela Liu includes the record of admission and acceptance of the university and date of attendance, including degrees, awards, and honors attained by the former governor of Lagos State at the university, amongst others. To talk about this, I actually have via the telephone a legal practitioner whose name is Barrister S3RIOUS. Barrister S3RIOUS, good afternoon. Okay, Barrister S3RIOUS, I'm sure you've already heard. Basically, the Tinubu Atiku's legal team has eventually responded. You do recall that Tinubu wrote again to Judge Nancy Maldonado insisting that only his certificate should be given to Atiku Abubakar. So as of midnight, last night, basically, we saw the record of the report of the legal team of Atiku Abubakar insisting on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's record to be, reissued to him, especially from the initial order of Judge Jeffrey Gilbert. What's your take on that?
Well, this case keeps on getting messier and murkier for the person of the President of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. I don't know why he continues to drag this matter, but the reality is this. What has happened now is that the Abubakar Atiku team has responded to the objections filed by the Bola Tinubu team that the court should only release the degree and not the other relevant documents, which will go to show more details. If you recollect, when objecting, the Tinubu team had given three reasons. The first was that the documents the Atiku team is requesting for cannot be used in Nigeria. Secondly, they said it will be unduly burdensome and intrusive. Now, these two arguments was what the Abubakar Atiku team had now responded to in their filings, which was done yesterday in the court in Chicago. And they gave convincing reasons that these documents can be used in Nigerian courts, despite the despite the Presidential Election Tribunal having finished the case. They made reference to the Supreme Court orders. Order 2, paragraph 12 of the Supreme Court rules allows the Supreme Court to accept new evidence from whatsoever source parties. All a party has to do is to seek leave of the Supreme Court and give an affidavit that will give reasons and the nature of documents that you intend to produce at the Supreme Court stage. The Supreme Court can then accept this new evidence that is presented before it and make its ruling on that new evidence. By that same Supreme Court ruling order, the Supreme Court does not even need to hear from Atiku's side when the Tinubu does not need to hear from the Tinubu side when the Atiku side makes this application. But the Supreme Court can still allow the Bola Tinubu side to give a response. So in a nutshell, this document that the Atiku team is seeking from the U.S. court can and will be used in the Supreme Court. Like you rightly pointed out in your preface, the reason why they are seeking this document urgently is because they need to file it before the Supreme Court by the 5th of October. So once this court is able to give this order and order the release of this document, the Atiku team will be able to file it in the Supreme Court before the 5th of October. The second argument that the Bola Tinubu team has been raising is that what the Atiku team is seeking will be unduly burdensome and intrusive. And in response, the Atiku team has informed this court that the only people that can complain of anything burdensome or intrusive is the school, because the school is the one that has to fish out and dig out these documents. This that the intervener, which is in this case the Bola Tinubu side, has no business to say that anything will be intrusive or burdensome because they have no burden and there is no intrusion. So the argument marshaled out by the Atiku team is so sound and basic. And one keeps on wondering, why is Bola Tinubu and his cohorts still fighting this, trying to dirty the image of Nigeria before the international community? Now, some of you, the viewers may ask, what are these documents that the Atiku team is seeking to bring before to the public view? One of them is the fact that the certificate that Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to INEC was signed by one Dr. Elnora Daniel, who was the president of Chicago State University and was employed in 1998. But the document that this same Dr. Elnora Daniel signed was Tinubu's certificate, which Tinubu claims to have obtained in 1979. So is it possible for somebody to sign a document 9 years before he became a staff of the university? That is one. The second issue of discrepancy, which will be unraveled by this argument being made by the Atiku team, is the certificates produced by the Bola Ahmed Tinubu have two different dates. One of them is dated June 22nd, 1979. June 22nd, 1979. And the other is dated June 27th, 1979. Now, it is impossible for any school to have issued two certificates dated two different days. This claim by whatsoever that there was a clerical error and all that stuff can be regarded as hogwash. The third and perhaps very, very interesting aspect which is unraveled in the course of the Atiku team's effort is the fact that the person that the Chicago State University admitted into their business admission program is a female known as Bola A. Tinubu. Now, in admission, to submit documents including your high school diploma, this Bola A. Tinubu submitted diplomas from her secondary school, which is based in the United States of America, to Chicago State University before being admitted. The question that now bogs the mind of Nigerians is Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is now the president in Nigeria, did he attend a secondary school in the United States of America? These are the simple facts that will be unraveled when the Atiku team succeeds in releasing these documents to the public view. Why Mr. Bola Tinubu is fighting tooth and nail to ensure that this thing does not see the light of day is very, very clear and obvious. Because when you mark out the impossibilities that have reeled out, somebody is definitely lying and telling Nigerians falsehood. And we are hopeful that once the Supreme Court gets aware of this fact, the Supreme Court will do the needful and save Nigeria from the continuing anguish and agony of having fraud at the highest level of our government. One of the direct implications now is this.
Okay.
in hunger, which the United Nations General Assembly meeting, which ended about 6 days ago in New York, has long ended. All heads of states who attended that meeting have gone back to their various countries. Till today, Nigerians don't know where Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. How can that kind of thing be happening in this era? Without any documentation or any letter to the National Assembly or to his vice president, Nigerians are left in the dark where the president has gone to. People are now wondering and reading all sorts of claims, and this is what Nigeria does not deserve at this particular time.
Okay. Barrister Eze, you would say that possibly the presidency likes to give room for speculation and conspiracy theory because of there is no proper communication about certain pertinent issues, especially you saying ever since the hunger meeting was concluded, the president has not returned. There has been no communication as to where the president is. So, however, this is the same scenario that we're experiencing with the CSU certificate. Let me take you back to November 9, 2022, right, when Enaharo Eba submitted a criminal complaint in the Chief Magistrate Court in Abuja. Now, the complaint alleged that the June 22 diplomat submitted by intervener, that is this time the APC in person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to INEC, was a forgery. And then, of course, he went further to say that in support, the complaint compared the two diplomas and observed notable differences between the information in the records produced by CSU and the information provided by, the intervener, this time around the APC to INEC, which includes a different year of birth, gender, and citizenship information. Now, we do know that the elections were held on February 25, 2023. INEC subsequently declared President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the victor. The applicant, the runner-up, that is the Atiku presidential candidate of the PDP, and Peter Obi of the Labour Party in third place. Now, on March 21, 2023, right, both parties challenged the victory of the president. Now, in regards to that, we do know that the CSU themselves also wrote an affidavit by a particular cleric or a registrar who said and verified that the president attended the institution. These two teams have been giving us varying information concerning that particular document. Now, what begs the question is this. At what point would we eventually know what the truth is? If the president said that he passed with distinction in his records, we saw a supposed transcript that went viral on social media, which distinguished the president in his performance on the subjects that we saw. What exactly is the problem for us not being able to access this record? Why is he vehement in ensuring that it is concealed?
The president, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is being vehement in ensuring that we don't get to see the truth about this whole issue, because it will prove that somebody has lied deliberately to Nigerians and has done enough to be disqualified from the presidential elections and should never have been allowed to be a candidate. If, for instance, as is being alleged by the Atiku team, and as documentations have shown, that the Bola A. Tinubu, who became a student of the Chicago State University, attended the high school in the United States of America, and was a female. That means the certificate that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, is purporting as his own, is a falsehood. It amounts to identity theft, because you are taking the certificate of somebody who you are not, who is a female and you are male, who went to high school in America and you did not go to any high school in America, and several other issues. So the president can actually say that it will cause him irreparable harm and damage if the truth is revealed. But the fact is this: if the truth will cause you irreparable harm and damage, then you should get out of office. And if he has, for instance, not contested this election, nobody will be going this far to dig out these facts about the reality of who Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. But unfortunately for him, the cookie is already out of the jar. Nigerians are now aware of all these solid details. The world is aware of it, and there is no hiding place.
All right.
The effort is making to fight off this request exposes the rot that resides in the presidency to a greater extent.
Barrister Eze, the legal team of the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate is asking for the following to be dismissed by the courts, that is the court in the United States, and they're saying that objections should be overruled. They are seeking the court to uphold the ruling of Magistrate Jeffrey T. Gilbert's order. They're asking that CSU to produce the required documents by October 2, 2023, which is possibly on Monday next week. They're also asking the court to schedule the deposition no later than October 3, 2023, which is about Tuesday next week, when the proposed NLC strike is supposed to commence, and then to allow time for transcript finalization. Also, they ask the court to mandate the discovery obtained is sent to Nigeria by October 4, 2023, which is precisely Wednesday next week, considering the time zone difference. And that finally, the evidence should be filed with the Supreme Court no later than October 5, 2023. Do you think that with the plea that has been the fresh plea that was written yesterday by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's legal team, then with this fresh charge filed in terms of disputing what the legal team of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wrote, that these instructions given by the People's Democratic Party camp will hold sway?
Well, you see, it's good that you reeled out these things, and you have mentioned the date that, for instance, the Labour Party is threatening to go on strike on those dates.
Yes, not the Labour Party, the NLC, the NLC. Sorry,
the Labour Congress.
Yes.
Yes. It is high time that Nigerians strictly warn this Mr. Ajero-led Nigerian Labour Congress.
Okay.
Because this is the second time they are trying such shenanigans on Nigerians. If you recollect, when the tribunal was about to read out the judgment, they threatened strikes to also rhyme with the date of the tribunal judgment. Now, with the date when the Abubakar Atiku team is scheduled to submit the applications to the Supreme Court, these same rascal elements in the Nigerian Labour Congress are threatening to go on strike. And these strikes are all useless. Nigerians have seen them, have seen through them, and the picture is becoming clearer.
You think the proposed strike is useless, considering the fact that they've given the government almost 3 months for negotiation, and the government hasn't done anything about their plea?
The reality is this: if it happened during the presidential election petition tribunal judgment, and it's happening again on the date when they must file a matter before the Supreme Court, you add one and one together and you have the conclusion.
But you do know that, Barrister Eze, you know that the strike, which is supposed to commence next week, came on before we saw this fresh appeal by the People's Democratic Party legal team. Nobody knew that this was going to come up, and this date stipulated here, what do you call it? Compulsory.
No. Let me get you right. The date for conclusion of filing of petitions before the Supreme Court is known.
Okay.
It has been known right from when the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal gave the judgment.
All right.
So what the Atiku team is trying to do in the United States is to try to meet up with the time frame. But the date has been known from the beginning. So the Labour Congress was aware of that date, and they cannot give any excuse to Nigerians again. Because these are useless strikes always lead to nothing, except to further fester the pockets of these Labour leaders. And then at the end of the day, we are back to where we are from the onset. But in a nutshell, in response to your question, this thing has dragged on for too long, and the image of Nigeria keeps on being dragged in the mud. Why must we keep on going outside the external court to do what our justices could have done in Nigeria and save everybody the pain and the anguish? This was the same thing that occurred in the case of James Ibori, when the Nigerian court refused to pass a proper judgment on a criminal who had become governor. It had to take the court in the United Kingdom to clean our mess for us. Why are we still allowing that to happen? Nigerians are now focused on the court in Chicago, when our Presidential Election Petition Tribunal could have saved us this insult and embarrassment. But as it is, we have to give kudos to the Abubakar Atiku team for taking up this challenge and trying to restore the image of the Nigerians. Later, we will now talk of how to restore the image of the Nigerian judiciary, which has been rubbish to a great extent by what the shenanigans of the Petition Tribunal judges so far.
All right, Barrister Sèŕìøùśly, thank you.
So if you did right, una still leave una comment below. If you did bad, una still leave una comment below. Una remember, say everybody gets freedom of speech. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So if you dey watch me, you never subscribe, my brother, sister, I beg you in the name of God, make you hit that red button and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video, you will get notification and you will constantly watch me. Thank you very much. See you again in my other video. I love you all. Bye bye.